Hello everyone, welcome back again to our discussion on the swine production and management. This is our second session, and as sort of recall, last time we discussed about the different selection method and how we were able to select animals to be incorporated in our stocks and our herd, no? And we have the natural selection, we have the artificial selection. So natural, we have the survival of the fittest, and we have different selection method. We have the pedigree, no, based on the record. We have the tandem method. We have the independent culling, and we have selection index. No, which in fact the selection index is one of the best method of selection. It's considered different traits at a time. Okay, and today, so let us continue with our discussion on the okay the what's this example of that is the reproductive phenomenon of the swine. And okay, let us continue now with the selections of boars and what are some consideration in selecting boars. Okay, and also what is the body conformation to be considered in selection. We also have to select gelts. What are the basis of selecting gelts? Okay, and also we have to discuss a little bit of a breeding system. Okay, so let us start with methods in selecting boars. But let us enlarge with our then have to select my pin, no? Color pin. Where's my ball pin? All right. So selection of boars, no? When we say boars, we're talking about the male pigs or the male swine, no? So what are the basis in selecting boars? So selection of boars, we look into the masculinity in appearance, no? Parang kung sa tao pa, lalaking lalaki in appearance and in action. Huwag yung palamya-lamya. Huwag yung hinhin, pahinin-hinhin, no? Hindi kailangan yon. So, masculinity in appearance. Okay? Then, clearly visible primary sex organ. So, klaro ang kanyang mga sex organs, no? Minsan, no, as a joke, sa mga babae, ano bang gusto nyo? Malaki o maliit? I'm just kidding, no? But at least clearly visible primary sex organ. Klaro, kita. Basig di makita, no? Palikitag pangita sa panahon nga magkuha na. Then, uniformly hanging equal size testicle. So, tingnan yung itlog. Kung dili dako yung isa, so dapat dili landak. So, balance equal size testicles. So, that is one of consideration in selecting boars: muscularity in appearance, visible sex organs, and equally sized testicles. Di dako ang isang itlog, dapat pantay ang mga itlog. Okay, katulad nito, no? So it should be equally sized. Please don't touch daw, sabi. Okay. At least the boar, the age of the boar should be in time of selection. It should be 6 months at the time of selection, because during this age, makita mo yung mga sex organs at saka yung mga body conformation, ang physical characteristic ng boar, makita mo na. Then select a boar which is tested for fertility, no? Okay. Select a boar is tested for fertility. So yun, okay. But at the age of 6 months, hindi pa siya pwede mag-breed. Yan lang ang edad na kung magpili na tayo. Okay? So, although it is boar ang atong i-select natin, you have to also to consider the number, and even even spacing and presentation of live teats, at least 12. So, parang nakakalito kasi ang sineselect natin is lalaki yan, boar. But why we look at the number and the spacing, even spacing and even presentations of live teats? Kasi pag may anak yung boar, eventually yung mga characteristic na ganito will be inherited on the offspring. Okay? That is for reproductive soundness. Andito Sir Garay, okay lang yun. Alright. So, nagbantay siya kaya masig maisturbo, okay lang. So, that is the reproductive soundness. So, take note, even it is a boar, we have to consider the number of spacing and presentations of live teats. Kasi, mamana yan sa mga anak na babae. Ayan. Okay lang, sir. Okay. Sige, tiyo sa lakad. Okay. So, also, in boars, we have to look at the body conformation. So, well-proportioned body. So, body length, body depth, and height. So, katulad ng tao, tingnan natin yung tindig ng ating mga posibleng maging partner. So, for that. So, that's how we used or how we choose the boars for our herds and for our flocks. Then, next one is for about gelts. Okay, sa mga babaeng mga baboy natin, no, yung about to breeds, dumalaga. So, what are the basis on selecting? The first is don't choose gelts with small infantile vulva. So, sorry to say this one, manggagmay mga bisong ayaw pili ah. Then, abnormal vulva. So, look at this. So, look at the vulva. These are abnormal sized vulva. Look at for the normal size of the vulva. And also, well-developed underlines or mammary glands. Look at the mammary glands. So, maganda yung mga tutoy niya. Okay. Isang basis yan to select the gelts. And another one is at least no inverted teats, no? Ibig sabihin sa Bisaya pa, walay patay nga mga tutoy. Okay? So, buhi ang mga tutoy kung pwede. And a good mothering ability, no? For all breeds, the best breeds for mothering ability is large white or Yorkshire. Sinabi natin yan dati. Dapat meron siyang large litter size. Kung babae, so tanaw to kung daghag anak. So, large litter size. So, ito nang tanawon kung kaliwat, gagmay anak. So, ato na siyang ikal. Dito to siya piliyon. Then, it must have a strong back for longevity. So, kailangan likod og likod. Kaya kung mabuntis siya, posibleng ang bawg, mapiang ang likod. And also, try to look at the legs. It must have strong legs kung babae ang piliyon. Kaya kung breed na naglaki, basig mapiang niya. O buntis siya, dako yung tiyan, basig mapiang. So, try to look at the legs. Yan, no? These are the basis in selecting gelts to be incorporated in our herds or in our stocks. So, next is the breeding system. Of course, breeding system affects the swine industry because there are breeds na hinay mo tubo, mayroong breeds na kusog mo tubo, mayroong breeds na mga Bisaya na po yung mga gwapong nga breeds, no? So, breeding in pigs, we have, of course, crossbreeding, no? Crossbreeding is one of the tools in improving our breeds in swine. So, for example, large white or the Yorkshire breeds with landrace. Okay? So, breeding between pure breeds or crossbreeding. And, for example, ang anak ng large white and landrace, we have a cross between large white and landrace. Ang anak niya, pabidan ng durok. Dayon, a 3-week cross ang product that is good for meat. No? That is for, the 3-week cross is good for meat type swine. So, we have pure breeding. We have landrace between landrace, male and female, large white between large white, male and female. Those are pure breeding. And Durok, Boar, and Durok Gilt, an example of pure breeding. So, pure breeding, meaning to say, the same pure breed ang breeding by laki yung landrace, laki, landrace nga bay, pure breeding yan. So, we have some different reproductive phenomena of swine. So, for example, we have puberty. Kung sa tao pa ni, mag-ulitaw hito na o dalagita na. So, ang baboy, ang puberty age niya is 5 to 6 months. No? Mangulag na siya, pero bili pa, pwede pabridan ha. Kaya up to 7 to 8 months man pabridan. Then, ang breeding age, of course, 8 months. Ang breeding age. Pwede nag 7 months. No? Sa kuha, ang practice usually 7 months. Ang breeding weight usually from 100 to 100 kilogram. So kana siyang ideal, no. Ako ingana gid ako ang gisunod, no. 100 to 120 kilograms ang weight. Dayon ang estrous cycle, ibig sabihin ang period niya kung sa tao pa na kanang kanos na siya gidugo, no, sa tao pa. So ang iyang estrous cycle is 21 days, no. So mangulag siya karong pitsa uno, nya di siya mabridan. So mangulag siya utro ipagka 21 ka adlaw o balik ang cycle ana niya. So muna kung imong gipabridan ang baboy sa pitsa uno, bantayan nimo sa ika 21 ka adlaw kung nangulag bag utro. Kaya kung nangulag siya utro, wala siya nabuntis, no? So pabridan nimo utro. So importante ang estrous cycle to check on the on pregnancy of the gilts or sow. So importante may balaan. On average is 21, but there are some swine that repeats its cycle for 18 to 24 days, but on average 21 yon. And heat period, ibig sabihin sa iyang pangulag sa ika 21 days, so naalay window ana nga 2 to 3 days ang heat period. So kung makabantay ka nga mangulag siya sa pitsa uno, so ika-duha ngadto sa ikatulo ka adlaw imong pabidan kay diha sa ikaduha ka adlaw ikan sa pangulag, the best period na siya nga pabridan. Heat period, no? So gestation period, pila ka adlaw siya manganak, no? Gikan sa pag-breed hangtod nanganak. So on average we have 114 days. So timan ina on average, pero pwede siya mo range siya og plus and minus 5. Pwede siya manganak sa 109 days minus 5, pwede po siya manganak sa ika 119 days. Diha ang span, but on average that is 114 days. So kailangan magpa-breed, kailangan na to ilista ang breeding date aron matarget na to ang farrowing date or kano sa mga anak para maandam na to ang panakan sa baboy. Ang lactation period kanang magpatutoy sa baboy kung na siya anak actually ranges from 28 to 42 days, no? Pero sa kuha experience nakalutas ko og 25 days lang, okay naman. So depende sa management. So these are the different reproductive phenomena of swine. So kailangan no ato na siyang mastiron para kung naatay baboyan kabalutaon saan pag-manage. So I think that is all for this session, and thank you for listening. As a sort of review, so try to look at that. We had the pure breeding, crossbreeding. We have that's a breeding system, no, and the basis for selecting gelts, and also the basis for selecting boars. We have discussed that already. So I think that is all for this session. Thank you for listening, and please do listen on our succeeding discussion. Thank you. That's all for today.